here we can work with. And my name is Markus. And I'm really happy that we can do this every morning, Monday to Friday, 8:30, right before the markets open. We want to talk about trading ideas. You have to manage our trading, our open trades right now. There's a lot of things to do every day. And we want to follow a kind of a daily routine because trading is a serious job. You have to learn with the deep education by following this webinar and the webinars from my colleagues, Paul and Jens, for example, or all the other webinars we can offer you in by here at Admirals. Okay, we stream this show here live on YouTube at the same moment. You will find a button in the right corner. You can subscribe the channel. You can leave a comment. You can give us a like if you want. And yeah, afterwards, you can ask whatever you want. So the chat is open here on YouTube and in Zoom. Also, feel free to ask whatever is in your mind, trading ideas, or maybe your own progress. You can say, okay, you have learned a little bit about this in this show. So whatever is in your mind, please share it with us. It's a kind of motivation for all of us. Okay, let me share my screen. Nastia, if you give me the right to share my screen, then I can do this here for us. Wonderful. Thank you very much. So I want to start, of course, with the quote of the day. And the quote of the day comes from the awesome book from Markus Gabel. With volatility comes the inevitable drawdown. So, and as a new trader, you are not used to have drawdowns, or you are not used to have a lot of losses in a row. But volatility brings drawdowns, and drawdowns, as long as they are technically correct, then drawdowns are a part of the game. But as long as you have a kind of open profits, everything is fine. But you should be aware that drawdowns are always a part of the serious game of trading. So therefore, I always used to say the money management is a crucial point. As long as you have a comfortable money management, you don't have to be scared about drawdowns, or you don't have to be afraid about drawdowns. So they are an inevitable thing and an inevitable part of trading. So be aware of this and don't be scared about drawdowns as long they are technically correct, which means you followed the rules, you made everything correct. And then if you have to cut the loss or the trade is running into the stop loss at the 0.3, for example, if you are a trend follower, then it's a technically missed trade. And then it's a part of the drawdown. If you act in an emotionally way, and you make capital mistakes in trading, then it's not a part of the drawdown. So always the technical part. Therefore, I used to say the emotions should never influence the technical part in trading. Okay, let's come to our news this morning. And please be aware about the risk note on the bottom of this slide. CFDs are complex instruments and come with a higher risk of losing money with rapidly due to leverage. So you're responsible for your own trading all time. So what's the premium and what's the news this morning? German consumer sentiment expected to improve slightly in June, but at a low level. German, this is the same. And the big news this morning, Royal Bank of New Zealand raises cash rate, forecasts higher peaks. So that leads to a very strong New Zealand dollar this morning. And this have a lot of effect to our running trades, kind of positive and a kind of less positive, let's say it this way. If you want to be what's on the list today, upcoming events, that's just Mexico. That's not really so interesting for me. But the oil report this afternoon at 4:30 is one of the parts you should have on your list in case you trade oil. If you want to be well informed, then follow our Admirals channel here on Telegram. We have 823 subscribers right now. So feel free. You have a lot of links here in this chat. And yeah, click on the link here in the chat or on YouTube as well. And then you can be a part of this. Okay, let's come to the trades. And we always start every morning with the DAX 10 minutes because I make day trading too in DAX 40 in 10 minutes also, then in higher time frames, by the way. So first of all, let's make a kind of orientation where we are. We are within the red zone and we are close to the point of control. We were circling around the point of control and we're still in the red zone, which means the price is relatively fair valued for the moment, not too expensive, not too cheap. And therefore, actually, there must come any kind of effect or effect that we will bring more buyers and sellers into the market. But as you can see, I have an open position. This comes from my trend trading. And first of all, I have 2 trades open. So there was a small teeny tiny loss yesterday about 1466 down to 26 pips in loss, because I tried to trade long while I have an open short position, but the trend was going down, which brings my short position big in profit. But now we see the next correction. So my stop loss for the short position, because the downtrend is still valid, is here above the last 0.3, which means it's a little bit loss, just a little bit loss, because I'm a trend follower and I just have the permission to trail the stop loss if we have a new 0.3. And for a new 0.3, we need a close lower than the last 0.2, which is here. But this is not a problem because I have a long trend also open, because there is a new trend. And you see, as a trend follower, you have to trade every single trend. And therefore, you should have a distance from emotionally analysis or interpretations or predictions like something. As a trend follower, you don't have to predict the market. You have to ride the buckling bronco, which means you have to ride every single trend without any judging why and what the DAX and so on. No, you don't have to judge. You don't have to blame anything. Just follow the trend and open a position. So therefore, as you can see, I trailed my stop here to the last 0.3 already, a little bit low because there was a spike here. So therefore, this long trend is in profit. So I cannot make a loss anymore because the stop loss is the last 0.3. Okay, and also actually the short position is also a little bit in profit. So, and you know, as a trend follower, you always have one guarantee in market. Basically, we don't have guarantees. And you know, the famous sentence, if you cannot work with guarantees, you have to work with probabilities. So, but we have one guarantee. One trend must continue. Which one? You will never know. So therefore, you are a trend follower and not a trend predictioner. So just follow what you see and follow the trend and let the market decide which trend will continue. As long as you are part of any trend, you don't care about it, which trend will continue. You will make money on the long run. That's the point. And this is what I love about trend following, that I have a guarantee. I just have to be a part of every single trend. And therefore, this is the big effort in trading. That's the big job, to make sure that you don't miss any entry. And sometimes I miss an entry and this costs a lot of money. And if you want to bring your account from a small to a big account, and in case you are a trend follower and you work with a Dow house setup, which I teach in my online course, and here in the morning briefing show, by the way, then I can promise you can make a lot of money on a long run, as long as you stick to the rules and follow the trend. And this is a part, it's up to you. It's not a part of me. It's not up to me. It's not up to the market. It's just up to you. So it's just everything in your own hands. Okay, let's come to our focus charts and top instruments. We have Bitcoin, Dow, DAX, gold, and Euro USD. And let's see. First of all, Bitcoin, still in a downtrend, nothing to say. The correction extends sideways, time and price, nothing to do. So let's come to the Dow Jones. And if there's something happened since yesterday, not really. So basically, the downtrend is still valid. As you can see, the downtrend is still valid. Is this one? So that's basically the downtrend, and the downtrend will break here. There's no trend continuation, But that means that here on the lower side, we have just exactly a trade. And you see possibility to go short here. I missed the entry yesterday, but I hope you did it in case Dow is on your list and 4-hourly chart is your preferred time frame. Then your entry possibility was here yesterday and you're a little bit in profit. So what to do? Yeah, let's just wait if we see a trend continuation and maybe see a trend. Point of control is on the upper side. Yeah. Then next one is DAX 40 in 4-hourly chart. And type in all your questions in the chat on YouTube and here on Zoom. I can see it, but let me finish my job and then I answer your questions. Unfortunately, in DAX, we don't have a trend because there was a break and actually there was no trend continuation. So just in 4-hourly chart, there is no trend. And you know the 4 magic capitals, N, T, N, T. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the gold price. And in gold, we're still in an uptrend. By the way, the downtrend is broken here. And here is our new uptrend here right now. And it's yeah, let's see if that trend will continue. It's not too expensive. Actually, we are fighting with the point of high. There you see why this market profile is really important, that you see where is the price normal and where is expensive. And you know, it's a kind of orientation, how profitable or how long a trend could run. Yeah, and finally, and this is one of the running trades too, it's Euro USD. And what should I say? Follow the trend. Lovely, right? So we had a new correction yesterday and a new top high here on the upper side. And therefore, if you want, you can trail your stop loss or soft stop here at the last 0.3, by the way. So you see, could be really profitable to follow the trend and to work with the Dow approach. Okay, now let's answer your questions. So please, NASDAQ in 10 minutes. Let's see, NASDAQ in 10 minutes. Of course, it's my pleasure. NASDAQ in 10 minutes. Basically, there is a downtrend. Yes, it's still a downtrend. There was no break yet. And the correction is running in its own trend. So this is the trend right now. So that's what I can see. For short, it's too late. For long, also too late. Okay, so Michael, hello. Would you please look at New Zealand US dollar? I opened a long position, 0.63. Now I'm thinking about to increase the position. What do you think? Let's see, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. New Zealand US dollar. I have an open position there too. No, I don't, because I have forgotten this. Where are you? US, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Ah, okay. So here we go. Four-hourly chart. Okay, great. So first of all, yes, basically it could be a possibility to work with a pyramiding system, but only if you can stick to the rules. So, and the point is here, so that was the first trend arm. There was next one and next one and next one. So entry here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the last opportunity. So, but we have to work with rules. So that was the first one. So here we go. You see that correction didn't run deeper 38. So it was not a possibility to open the second position. So, and if you want to do this. Next one. Yeah, there was a close deeper 38. So there was an opportunity to increase or to add another position. Jesus Christ. But that was the problem because about the rate decision. So it was a little bit confusing, but yes, if you want, or if I would do it, then I would open a position for kind of breakout. Yes, because rules fit. And now the rate decision is over. So which means, yeah, up. Could be possible. Yes. Yes, I see it. Okay. So, okay. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen down. So I have two trades open here. The long is still running. I have a stop loss here. The long and the short also is running because yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There was here a downtrend. That's the second trend arm here. Yes, this one. And that's the reason why I have an open position in short also. It's this one. Yes, and I opened the position here at the point 2 here again in case that the trend will continue, and it looks like this one. It's a little bit too late for going short right now, but not too late because the point of control is quite far on the lower side. Yeah, yes, it's absolutely possible. So there was a question about Hong Kong 50. Okay, let me see if there is a possibility. Hong Kong cash indices, let's see. Hang Seng, I guess this is Hong Kong, right? Yes. Here we go. Hong Kong, here we go. 50. So it's downtrend. That's a downtrend move correction. Yes, it's still a down, by the way. And on the right side of the chart, the leading trend is up. Yes, so second trend arm, oh, two trends in a second trend arm. So you should be prepared for both sides. So possibility, maybe a little bit space to go up here, stop buy order, and same time, maybe stop sell order here. So be prepared for both sides. Where is the higher probability? Let's see, where's the point of control on the upper side. So possibility, yeah, more on the upper side, but you should be prepared of both sides because you don't know which kind or which trend will continue here, but it's a great chance. Yes. Short in the second trend arm and long in the short in the second trend arm also. So there's a question on YouTube I can see. Do you have any tutorial how to use follow symbol with arrow? No, I don't. I don't have a tutorial. I have my online course you can get on my homepage. Do you mind to show Canadian dollar, Japanese yen? We talked already. And could you please look into Swiss franc, Japanese yen? Of course. And then we come to our special guest today, Swiss franc, Japanese yen. This is here. Uptrend, of course. Uptrend, but too late. Too late. Start was here. Entry here. And it's another trend continuation here. So actually stop loss here, but you should be in profit. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It's still the third trend arm. Yeah, but the correction is not. Yeah, but you possibility to go short, to go long here, still long. Yes, absolutely possible. Okay, so before we come to my special guest, I want to ask you the question of the day because I want to discuss it with my special guest today. And the question of today is, do you think it is possible to grow a small account into a big account at all? Yeah. So yes, it is, or no, it is not. So do you think it is possible to grow a small account into a big account basically or at all? What do you think? Is it possible, yes or no? Okay, so I want to invite my special guest small account today. And my special guest today is Jens. Wonderful. Good morning. Jens, are you here with me? It looks like.
Hello and good morning, Markus.
Wonderful. Good morning, Jens. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm really good, to be honest. So today is a great day because have you ever heard of these shoes who perfectly fit your feet, and then you can feel every step?
I heard about something like this. Yes,
my son has them,
really?
And I talked to him. That's like three weeks ago. So he's 5, and then I asked him, and he said, "Well," I asked him, "Hey, how does it feel?" And then he says, "Well, this is like, well, walking on a beach, and like the sand is." Again, I looked at him and said, "Okay, that sounds great." And so I ordered them too. And as I've seen, I just received a mail telling me that today they will be delivered. And so it's a great day.
Hey, who cares about trading? We want to have the shoes.
That's going to be awesome.
So I guess you will have a lovely day today.
Oh yeah, I will.
So I think this is a kind of motivation for your webinar this afternoon, because I'm a pro, I'm the amateur. So, and that's the second part, right? So what's you talking about this afternoon, Jens?
So today we will talk about hard work. We will talk about honesty. We will talk about trading journal, why to write it. We will talk about something you will love to hear, letting winners run, cutting losers short.
Come on, this is boring. I thought this is excitement.
Oh yeah. I will make it exciting. So and also I will show why it's so important to have a clear trading routine. So I think most of it probably we had it already somehow included in the webinars we are running. I think it's part of every day's webinar. Having a clear routine you follow, and as you already said, it's boring. So like, this is professional trading. That was something I discussed with Paul also last week. The moment you feel excited about your trading is a moment you have to stop trading and really take a deep breath and think, what's not going right here? So something's going wrong if it's not boring at all.
Yeah. This is what I used to say to my students all the time. The emotional part should never influence the technical part in trading, because too much emotions destroy your account.
Yeah, but and this is great because emotions are still part of us, right?
Of course, we are not robots.
Exactly. And this is something which is always funny, because sometimes I listen to guys and they say something like, well, you have to cut emotions completely out of your trading. I think it's not just that it's not possible, but I think it's also sometimes it can be helpful. So if you're fearful or something like that, that tells you something. So your gut shouldn't be completely ruled out of your trading. So the gut is still part. It shouldn't overrule your technical setups for sure. But still, if you just don't feel it, then there's so many other and plenty of opportunities in the markets that you're just going to say, okay, I skip it today.
What would you say, Jens? Why should our students join your webinar this afternoon?
Hopefully to learn something, especially because the email just told me that the shoes will be delivered will be delivered shortly before that. And this is then where I can answer the question from Alexander. I don't know the name of the shoes. I have no idea. So he asked, what are they
magic
called?
Shoes, magic shoes.
It's like, yeah, it's the magic shoes. And I don't know. I really have to look it up. I don't know. And it took a while, by the way. They were produced in China. I heard read something about lockdowns there, and so it was difficult.
Jens, I know you are a pro, and my question of today was to my students: do you think it's possible to grow a small account into a big account at all? So basically, what would you say? Yes, it is, or it's not?
Yes, it is. So I answered, yes, it is. It certainly takes time. But I think it's not about whether it's possible or not to grow the account, but I think it's the question of how you can stay mentally stable, because this is the thing. So it's not just that positions which are too big affecting your trading, in my personal experience, so that you say, well, I can take the swings, but it's also the other way around. If the position is too small, which obviously corresponds with trading a small account, it can get boring. It's like, okay, it doesn't affect my overall living at all, and well, who cares about, let's say, $50 or $20 or whatever. And then you just you tend to break the rules as you do if you trade too big, which is on the other hand a great chance, because you can then say, okay, if I'm capable of managing this and really stay mentally stable and focus on the rules and follow these rules, then you can have a great career in trading if you make it, if you grow the account, because then this is something which will just naturally happen in your trading, even if you trade a bigger account. And this is definitely something. Well, on the other hand, it's a fast-paced world we live in, so. Well, please explain, what do you mean by growing the account? How much time do I have?
Exactly, because our lifetime is really strictly reduced, I would say. Yeah, we don't have a long living life. We cannot live forever. That's the point. So what do you think? Is it more it's a very interesting question. Is it more difficult to trade a small account or to a big account, right? Let's say 100,000 up. What is more difficult, small or big?
My personal
of course. Oh yeah.
The small one is more difficult. So the big ones, I never had issues with them. So and we really talk about 6-figure, 7-figure accounts. So no big issue. Because you have more room to play is a difficult word in this context, but you're more flexible. So like scaling into positions, scaling out of positions. Most of the time, many brokers also offer special commission schedules here, so that you are not that much affected by the costs involved scaling into, out, and in of positions. In case of a small account, you really have to not just stay mentally stable, but really carefully pick your spots. And this is definitely again, it can be a both. It can be a horrendous ride, and you just say, okay, I can't take this anymore because it just doesn't make sense. It just takes too long, and it just does not pay my my bills. It shouldn't, probably, especially if you're trading a small account. On the other hand, if you can take the heat, if you can take this pressure and really focus on the process, that can be a wonderful future in the world of trading for you. So both. I mean, it depends on I think it depends on the character. But to answer your question, I think the small one is more difficult to trade than the big one.
I agree, totally agree, because it's more easy to break the rules in a small account than in a big account.
Oh yes, it is.
Absolutely,
it makes so much fun.
So much fun, absolutely. So Jens, I want to say thank you for your joining my session, the show this morning. I'm absolutely sure you will have a lot of fun today with your own session this afternoon.
Yes, I will.
At least with your new shoes, the magic shoes.
Probably I will say, probably you won't see my hat in the afternoon. So
maybe you will show the shoes. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so
we have to focus on the most important things in our life, right? And have a lot of fun this afternoon. And thanks for joining. And you guys, thanks for joining our session this morning. You'll find the link in chat here right now to Jens' webinar this afternoon. And as always, have courage and be kind, and may the force of the rules be with you. See ya tomorrow.